What's up, guys? It's your boy Jay Corbett of Team Sanctum, and we're back at it again with another deck profile. We have my boy Mitchell Tulik here, and you were running Cubics today, correct?
Correct.
All right, man. What was your record today at this locals?
My record was 3-3. I lost to a rogue deck, but this is rogue, so understandable. Lost to a heroes deck because, you know, Dark Law gets you every time.
Right.
So.
And then what was the last deck that you lost to?
The other deck I lost to was Paleozoics. My deck is sort of built like to beat that since it's sort of the meta right now. However, lost to that because, well, I'll explain it in the deck, you'll see. But
yeah.
they only ran one totally awesome, and I used the cherries on it, and they're like, I don't care. So yeah. That's kind of where that went wrong.
So then, what were your 3 wins then?
3 wins. Oh shoot, remembering. First win was a Heartbeat deck.
Alright.
Really love seeing that deck because I love nostalgia decks. Was doing pretty good, had a really fun run with it, but the OTK is pretty real. Bricks are real in this too. Other deck I won against, shoot, what else did I play?
Played a lot against a lot of stuff today, didn't you?
We had 6 rounds today, that's a lot for us.
I mean, it's okay if you can't remember that. All the folks need to know is that you just went 3-3. And this deck is just insane because all it does is burn and just bring out big monsters.
OTK, giant beat sticks, and I won against ABC deck today. And
nice.
So I think that was probably my most proud one.
All right, then. Well, let's get into this deck profile and show what these guys are going to be looking at with Cubics, man.
All right, so we got the boss monster of the deck, the Dark Cubic Lord. They all have weird names, so I'm probably just going to like shorten it. Dark Cubic Lord. So this is the big beat stick. It has 3,000 attack. It has to be special summoned by revealing 3 cubic cards in your hand. So you special summon this, and it has multiple effects. One is when it destroys an opponent's monster, it gets to attack again. And the other effect is it is unaffected by monsters' effects unless they have attack that is their original attack is over 3,000. So Crystal Wing can't even affect this. So, the only, really, if you're playing against Cubics and someone gets this on the field, this is the thing to get rid of. You want to Raigeki this or Solemn it. That's all you have to do.
Alright.
Alright, so, and then we got 3 Duzas. Konami waited a while to release this card because they released the Cubics in the original Dimensional packs, Dark Side of Dimension movie packs. And they didn't release Duza, so the deck was kind of meh. And then when they finally released Duza in the special edition, then this deck was fairly competitive. So Duza's effect is, as soon as he is normal or special summoned, you send any cubic card from your deck to the graveyard. And his other effect is, at any time if a monster went to the graveyard that turn, he can activate his effect at any time to gain 200 more attack for every different cubic monster in the graveyard. So if someone doesn't know that effect, when they go in to attack it, you can just say activate effect, and then next thing you know, they could this could possibly beat over it or just save your butt. So typically what you want to do with this card is you want to normal special it so you can throw in the Speller Traps in the deck, because those are the stuff that has banishing effects that really help out the deck.
Alright.
So there's that. 3 Vijam, the Cubic Seed. This card you can sit on it, or you can actually, it has 2 effects. One is that it cannot be destroyed by battle. The other effect is after it does battle with a monster, you can place a cubic counter onto that monster it battled with, and any monster with a cubic counter cannot attack or activate any effects. So if you set this and someone goes in to attack it, you can optionally activate that effect. This card will go into the Speller Trap zone and place a cubic counter on it. And then on your next turn, you can activate its other effect, which is special summoning it out of the Speller Trap zone, so it doesn't have to stay stuck. Alright. Then we have 1 Cubic King. So this is kind of the Gaga Cowboy of the main deck, so all you have to do with this card is, pretty much its only useful effect is if I have a cubic monster in the field that I don't feel like using, or if I don't want Dark Lords. That was another thing. Dark Lord's last effect is at the end of every one of my turns, he burns both players for 3k, which is completely insane. And if I don't have more than 3k and I don't want to draw or lose, I can just get rid of Cubic Lord and special this, and as soon as this is special summoned, that way it burns the opponent for 800. Next we have Behemoth. So this card, I typically don't special summon it the way it's supposed to, which is by getting rid of 3 cubic monsters, but I do have the option of getting it out with a different trap cubic card. So this is the one that I always want to get out, because when this card is sent to the graveyard, he can special summon 3 other cubic monsters to the field and search for a cubic card. So nice and protective if need be. And then we got one Garnix. To special summon this, you have to get rid of 1 cubic monster on the field, and then he gains 1,000 attack. That's pretty much it. He's pretty much in here just so I have another cubic card to reveal so I can get out Dark Cubic Lord. And same goes for Cubic Emperor. Yeah, his effect to special summon him is way too hard. He's pretty much just in here so I can get out Dark Lord. That does it for the cubic monsters. And now we have Double Summoner Monk, because this is a rank 4 spam sort of deck. So get Summoner Monk out so you can use his effect to discard one of the Speller Traps, cubic cards, so you can get their graveyard effect. And then you special out Duza, and then just go off of that and go into a rank 4 monster. Next we got 2 Maxis for draw power, of course. I only saw this once today. And 2 Winter Cherries. This is like the really difference that I play in this deck. It because I have so much room in my extra deck that I pretty much just if I'm playing against someone playing meta, so if I'm playing against ABCs, I'll just play Winter Cherries, reveal the ABC, and then that's that. So meta decks, this is pretty much built to like help meta decks, which is why the cherries are in here. And shout out to Michael for letting me borrow his cherries today. Alright, now for the spells, we have 3 Cubic Karma. So this is the card you pretty much always want to throw in the graveyard, because its graveyard effect is you banish it, and then you can bring a cubic monster from your deck to your hand. And typically I want to get Duza in my hand, or I want to get a Dark Cubic Lord or something, so I can get Dark Cubic Lord on the field. Its regular spell effect is actually pretty good too, because you play this and then target one of your cubic monsters, and then you get rid of as many Vijam seed cards from your deck as you want, and then that card gets 800 more attack per seed that you get rid of, which can come in handy for beat sticks. Alright, and then 2 Cubic Wave. People should run this at least 2. I considered running it at 3, but to make room for like Summoner Monk, Winter Cherries, and all that, I just decided at 2. So this card's field effect is actually a little bit better than its graveyard effect. Its field effect is I target one of my monsters and one of my opponent's monsters, and the opponent's monster attack is halved, while my cubic card that I target attack is doubled. So just beating the hell out of everything. And its graveyard effect is I banish it and another cubic monster, or as many as I want, and then target as many monsters my opponent has as cubic monsters I banished with this, and they all get cubic counters. Alright, next we have 2 Foolish Burial Goods. So when this card came out in Raging Tempest, I was really excited because it would work perfectly with cubics, because then I wouldn't have to use Duza's effect. Because if I use Duza's effect, then I'm pretty much just getting rid of another card to reveal to put in another one, and that doesn't do anything. But with this card, if I play this, get rid of Karma, and then bring something else to my hand, then I'm not really losing anything. Alright, Next, 2 Reoccurring Nightmare. So this card's good for getting back your Dark Cubic Lord and Vijams if they're in the graveyard. It's a good side-out card too, but it comes in handy sometimes if you have your Cubic Lords in the graveyard or whatnot. 1 Dark World Dealings. A lot of people I see play this at 3 or 2 in Cubic decks, but to make room for my other plays in this, I just decided to put it at 1. Plus, it doesn't always come in handy. Can only come in handy if I want to send like a Cubic Spell or Trap card to the graveyard. That's about it. 1 Upstart Goblin for a 39 card deck. A Pot of Desires if I'm bricking. And Reasoning. So if people don't understand how this deck works, they might just call a random level, or they'll call, say, level 8 or level 10 because they'll be afraid of Cubic Lord, but he can't be summoned out with this anyway because he can only be special summoned by his own effect. So usually I don't want people to call 4 so I can get Duza out and get his effect, and since I have like Winter Cherries, Maxi, and all that other stuff, if if it's unfortunate and they call 4, I can still like possibly get out some sort of defense, like say Cherries and Maxi, and then just like mill a bunch of spell and traps that I want to. Instant Fusion, because it's a rank 4 deck, so I need to get out that Norden. 1 Twin Twister. And 1 Raigeki, because Rogue deck. And 2 Unification of the Cubic Lords. So, the field effect is hardly used. It's the polymerization of the deck to get out the even bigger Beatstick Cubic Fusion monster. That will rarely happen, but its graveyard effect's pretty good because when a Cubic monster leaves the field at all, its effect will go off, and I can special any Cubic monster from my hand or deck, and that's typically where I get out Behemoth. And 1 Vayner's Emptiness, a Solemn Strike, and Dimensional Barrier.
Alright, man, so that's it for your main deck. Let's check out that extra deck, man.
That extra deck, okay. So, 1 Crimson Nova, Trinity, the Dark Cubic Lord. So this is the card you have to get out with Unification of the Dark Cubic Lords. This will rarely happen, but if you can pull it off, you'll pretty much have game, because I can't remember all of its effects, but it pretty much can't be touched or affected by almost anything. And then, instead of where the regular Dark Cubic Lord burns both of us, it only burns the opponent. So if you can pull this off, you will have game. And then 1 Norden for the rank 4 plays. 1 Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon. 1 Gaga Cowboy in case I need to burn someone and get game real quick. 1 Castel. 1 Silent Honor Arc. And the Utopia package. This comes in handy a lot because, he goes up to 5,000 and takes away a lot of life points, and if you have Dark Cubic Lord on the field, you'll probably have game. Just lots of beat sticks in this deck is what you want to see. And 1 number 81. This is in case I have 2 Dark Cubic Lords on the field and I don't want them to burn me, so then I'll just XYZ them and go into this. There's also the other rank 10 XYZ monster that it's just like this card, but it inflicts burn damage 2,000 to your opponent. I think it's also called Super Dreadnought, but I think that one would probably work a little bit better because, burning's the way to go with this. And now for the Winter Cherries cards. ABC, Buster Dragon, Dragon Buster, Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, because Blue Eyes is typically the deck I've played, so I figured why not throw it in, because Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon actually can come actually can do pretty well against this deck, because if they have Spirit on the field, they can just negate all. This card actually will negate the graveyard effects that you'll have, so I definitely don't want to see this. And a Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, because Invoked Wind Witches is a thing. One Trident, in case you have to deal with Zodiacs, and a Totally Awesome.
Alright, man, that extra deck is looking really spicy, dude. I really appreciate it, Mitchell. So, do you have any shouts out to anybody you want to give?
Shout out to Jay and the whole team. Amazing people to get to know. If you see them at the regionals, April 1st in Columbus, be there, be squared.
Yep, yeah, man, like, thank you again for this Cupid deck profile, man. Like always, check out Team Sanctum. We're going to be at the Columbus Regional on April 1st. Check us out. And you might be able to see the homie Mitchell here at the Columbus Regional also, too. And as always, like, comment on the video. Give us your opinion, what you guys think of the Cupid deck. And be sure to subscribe to Team Sanctum for more content. And as always, it's your boy Jay Corbett, signing out.